morphed into. Do you find it easier to write the songs, as opposed to drawing? You said you're an artist.
All right, so I don't have time for art, except if it's the graphic design for the album covers, all my flyers, my Facebook banners, our Twitter banners, our website stuff, our merchandise. I design the T-shirts and the bandanas, and so I'm extremely busy with that. I don't have time to actually sit down and create artwork like I used to, but I did go to school for it. I went to school for graphic design and art history. I also went to Aaron Copland School of Music for music. But now I'm just so busy with the music and the business of music that I find it very difficult. I find it actually difficult to even put my hands on my instrument, my piano, because half the time I'm doing so much administrative work that it's very distracting. It's distracting me from making music. But making music is actually the thing that I like the most. And, it's my favorite thing.
And it really shows in your music that you have that passion, that commitment to it. And the business end of just about anything, the business end of this of my show here today is I usually spend about 20 hours a day.
Yes, that's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's well worth it to me. Because I found a passion to get indie artists heard, and it's very important to me. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm doing it this way. Yeah,
we as independent artists appreciate, what people like you are doing, So we thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. No thanks necessary. Like I said, I found a passion for it, and I was actually talked into doing this, right, about a year ago. And I was like, for 2 months, I was like, I don't know, I've never even called into a radio show before. So, I had a lot of weighing to do. And I found after a few shows that I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy talking to wonderful people like yourself and Goddess and Icepack Jackson and Irish Ginger and, everybody. And really through music, I believe music is healing.
I agree with you.
It is. I actually sat down this morning because I was saying to you before, and I probably said this to Sue Walton, a great girl who's in the chat room, and she and I we're teaming up together, as well as there are other people I'm teaming up with to help me kind of get to the next step. But I said I don't have a lot of time to write, and I've got about 30 songs to record, so I'm not really worried about writing anything new, but I really do want to arrange the stuff that I have now, so I know when I go in the studio what I can do. And there's a song I'm writing now called Twister. And I gotta tell you, it's kind of funny when you're trying to find your true genre, because I love dance music. So Fairy Tales is very dancey, but it's also powerful, it's like that I Will Survive song. So I like the up-tempo stuff, but I also like the ballads, but I also like the rocky stuff, which was Sick Addiction. That was kind of edgy, So it's really kind of hard when you're trying to, I don't want to fit into one genre, but, obviously I'm not rap and I'm not country and whatnot, but, so this new song is really, really, really dark and sad. So I like to keep things up tempo and hopeful, and the song does resolve into that's a music term, but it does resolve into a happy feel or whatever. But I started working on some music this morning. I was like, you know what, I've got to make some time for this. It is what I do.
Well, yeah, that is your relaxation. That is, like I said earlier, that's where your passion lies, and you got to make time for yourself in order to be able to do that, to be able to express yourself.
Yeah, but I also try to express what I feel other people are experiencing. So I feel like there's something to be taught you know. So I'm definitely not one of those like bubblegum pop singers who drink singing about like what happened last Friday night, how they lost their clothing and woke up with some guy in their bed, even though that has happened. Did I say that?
Okay, so you sing with a stronger purpose than just talking about partying last week.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, I have always written that way. The first song that I wrote, it's a funny story. The first song that I wrote when I was 14. I looked at my mom and dad while my mom was in the room. I'm like, Mom, listen to the song I wrote. She sat down. She listened. I looked at her. Her mouth dropped. And she's like, I think it's time that we should probably give you formal training. And that's when I started formal training. After I'd been playing for years, I had horrible hand fingering habits and, all this stuff. But that song that I started writing when I was 14, I finished writing maybe about 9 years, 8 or 9 years. I don't know how long ago it was, but I recorded it. It's called As You Grow. And it's like a great song about watching children grow and, the pain that it is that, when they move through life, you watch them go, but at the same time, whatever, it's joyful. But anyway, so I try to write about things that I think are happening in people's lives.
Right.
And, and that was a pretty deep subject matter for a girl who was 14.
Yeah, that song you were just describing there would kind of remind me of my son, so I'd probably tear up on it myself,
You will. Everybody does. I don't recommend that you listen to it in public.
There's a public service announcement right there. Do not listen to that song in public. You will tear up.
You will cry your eyes out.
Make sure you have tissues.
I would say listen to that song in public with a lot of people so everybody can share that emotion with each other.
I like that idea. Thank you. That's even a better idea.
I think so, because I don't think people share enough of their self with everybody else anymore, and that's why we see all this bad stuff on the news all the time.
Yeah. It's funny because people's faces are in the phone all the time. I actually have a new song that I'm working on called 30 Dirty Secrets.
Uh-oh.
And that's a little more like what happened last Friday night, I got to be honest. So, I got to keep people guessing, right?
That song will be up, Goddess.
We love that. Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be on my top.
30 Dirty Secrets, boy. It's just about being in your phone and who's on the other end, and nobody knows what's going on.
Wow.
That happened to me not so long ago, but it was a Friday night.
See, Daddy, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to explain this,
Well, men and women, we all think a little bit differently, but it always comes down to that Friday night moment, doesn't it? For everybody, it seems like.
Yeah.
I think every day should be Friday night.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I believe you only should have to work 2 days a week instead of 5.
Correct.
Enjoy life. Now, when you get older and get ready to retire, I think that should be your work age.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't work when you're younger, work when you get older, and that way you don't run out of money because you don't have the money coming in anymore. Take care of your house.
Tali was listening to some of my music, and I have to, give him a shout out because he said he really liked my ballads. And I have a lot of songs out. Some are rocky, some are dancey, and so I guess some of them are ballads. But I don't know which one we would play. But I would send it out to Tali if he's listening. Well, obviously he's listening. What else did I send you, Daddy? Do you remember?
Yeah, we got Dancing in the Rain, Empty Castles, and Not Sure.
Oh,
do you have Dance with Me?
And Fairy. Now I Know Fairy Tales.
And Goddess said, Dance with Me. She even knows the name of my song. How Much Can I Love Her?
I love that song. That song is definitely goosebumps all over your body.
Did I send you Dance with Me, Daddy?
No.
Nope. I don't have Dance with Me. We have.
Well, have at least Goddess. Have you heard Empty Castles yet?
Yes, great song.
Right. So there's Empty Castles and there's Not Sure and Fairy Tales. So.
Well, which one would you like to play next, Sharon?
Is anybody in the chat room? Oh, let's see. Empty Castles. Tali says play Empty Castles.
Empty Castles. Okay, we'll by request. Empty Castles by Sharon Leah.
Thanks, Tali. Icepack.
thee, placing them far away from me. And the kings who are calling my name are telling me I'm gonna be the queen someday. But I'm not the marrying kind. I left that notion far behind. So don't try to change my mind, 'cause even when I'm lonely, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It might seem I'm liberated, but my love life's obliterated by what it is I believe. It's so lonely being a queen like me. A queen like me, a queen like me. A queen like me, a queen like me. A queen like me, a queen like me. When empty castles are all I need. I don't know what it is, but I push them away.